Good morning, my fellow yoga travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Don't forget, you got to labor occasionally, but then you got to loaf and also use your loofah for, you know, continuing cleansing, hydrating, exfoliating, toning, and use the serum as well. Anyway, my students have asked me to go back and add the question to be written down or answered at least inside your head for a little more psychological self-examination and archaeological dig into your own life. So this week I'll be asking questions on creativity. Really simple. And of course, I'd love to hear your comments on it. All you have to do is reach out to me and let me know. So the question for today is, did your family view you as creative when you were growing up? And how so? How did they support you or give you feedback or told you weren't? Anyway, I'd like to hear from you on that one. All right, Monday, Sublime Generosity, the poem by Rumi. I don't completely understand all of it, but I like where it seems to be leading me. I hope you get it too. I was dead, then alive, weeping, then laughing. That power of love came into me, and I became fierce like a lion, then tender like the evening star. He said, "You're not mad enough. You don't belong in this house." I went wild and had to be tied up. He said, "Still not wild enough to stay with us." I broke through another layer into joyfulness. He said, "It's not enough." I died. He said, "You're a clever little man, full of fantasy and doubting." I plucked out my feathers and became a fool. He said, "Now you are the candle for this assembly." But I'm no candle. Look, I'm scattered smoke. He said, "You are the shake, the guide." But I'm no teacher. I have no power. He said, "You already have wings. I cannot give you wings." But I wanted his wings. I felt like some flightless chicken. Then new events said to me, "Don't move. A sublime generosity is coming towards you." An old love said, "Stay with me." I said, "I will." You are the fountain of sun's light. I am a willow shadow on the ground. You make my raggedness silky. The soul at dawn is like darkened water that slowly begins to say, "Thank you, thank you." Then at sunset again, Venus gradually changes into the moon and then the whole night sky. This comes of smiling back at your smile. The chess master says nothing other than moving the silent chess piece. That I am a part of the ploys of this game makes me amazingly happy. And you'll have to just work that out yourself. Anyway, this week, first, I always like to say that I try to use the yogic metaphors because I feel I have the most experience and therefore the most authenticity. I can genuinely talk about what I have known in my personal life and not just say I have faith in something, but I don't have any proof that it works in any way. So I would say that yoga for me is like a mythological impregnation. I use the yogic imagery to transcend what I call the constant and grave in the human condition. And this means I make a spontaneous assumption that there's something antecedent to all teachings before anybody conceptualizes it, talks about it, organizes it. And whatever that thing is, that's before everything else that I can't even name or talk about, that's what helps me deal with suffering. I believe that myself and everyone who's serious about this is hungering for the deep self, capital S. So that means we have to take spirituality out of the closet and revision it as something much more luxuriant than hitherto has been presented in the world of, I would say, the religious impulse or becoming conscious of who we really are. And fortunately, in our century, we can redeem the psyche from being buffeted about by religious and theological terminology, the language that's been used for thousands of years. There's other ways of expressing this. And that's how I learned to fight the battle between my inflated self versus my worthless low self, my idealized self versus my devalued self, my self that's stuck in some kind of identity versus the restless self that has none, feels insecure. And the shadow of all those issues is what inhibits my creativity. But I've accepted the fact that awareness hurts, doesn't it? So what to do? Find your voice and sing. That's what you got to do. One of your voices, I always say each time we do this, is the power of affirmation. What are you telling yourself? What is the narrative that you're building in your mind? And how does it affect what happens in the world? Because I believe, through my experience, this is an interaction, a vibrational universe that's interactive. And I use the law of attraction, that which is like unto itself is drawn, as my way to appreciate contrast. Things happen in life that I don't like. It immediately creates what I call a rocket of desire to go to something opposite to that. So once I understand these principles and apply them, because they are tried and true, so picture what your ideal is in your mind. Picture what you wish to accomplish. A sincere desire that really represents your deepest needs, because that's what's going to reveal what you really like and what you really want in life. And so all these techniques say the same thing. Inner participation on your part is indispensable. You can't poo-poo this without trying it, right? You don't have to buy it, but you got to try it. So they always say that in a drowsy state where your conscious mind, its resistance is reduced to a minimum, this is just like deep relaxation at the end of a yoga class. That's where you find your genuine capacity to play with these things, to be curious about these things, be inquisitive. Even your study of this thing is a kind of play. So jam with it, and I hope that you find that any of these things help you to be content where you are right now, because right now is all we have. Much suffering comes from trying to be anywhere other than in the present moment, in the here and now. And once you realize that immense fear is caused by trying to dodge the pain in your own life and in life itself, then you step into the choice to be a yogic warrior. This Wednesday is our next Good Vibrations class, Yoga Chicken Soup for the Soul. Come on and join us. Go to GabrielHalpern.com and sign up. Let me know how I'm doing. Have a great day and Memorial Day for anyone who's lost through the military or anybody in your family who served. God bless them all. Peace.